Tintern. Hello and brightest blessings, welcome to Cloud 9. I am at the beautiful Tintern Abbey and the Wye River today. So it was quite difficult to find somewhere to sit and film actually. So I've just found a bench after walking along the river, and yeah, I'm going to put some photos. I'll put some photos up of Tintern Abbey and of the river of the Wye. There's a lot of history here. The abbey was built in the 1100s, and before that it was the seat of the local king here. Offa's Dyke is behind me, on the hills behind me that way, and there's a pathway up to Offa's Dyke here. And there's some pagan history here as well, so it's a really beautiful place to come. On the way here, and this morning, I had messages from Spirit around this time that we're in, approaching the summer solstice, and we're a few days before the summer solstice. And what they were saying is that within the next 3 to 7 days, they would like those of us who are consciously doing our best to walk our paths to be focusing in on our shadow work in preparation. The celebration will follow the summer solstice or the midsummer, depending on your tradition. Midsummer's the 24th, so within the next 3 to 7 days. They said to drive here for the height of the midday sun, which is 1 o'clock UK time because of BST. And I actually parked here at something like 7 minutes past 1, something like that. But it's taken me a little while to walk around and look for the perfect spot to sit and film and to talk to all of you. And they were talking to me about shining the brightest light into our shadow work. They were talking to me about black light. So they've been, so there's been messages around black fire, black light, black dragon energy, the difference between doing our shadow work, which is like the black light, and heavier, denser black energy, which is something else entirely. That shadow in it and of itself is not to be feared but to be worked with, and that it is our job to bring our attention and our maximum capacity for carrying light into our shadow places, and that this time leading up to the summer solstice is particularly useful for that. So that is a message for some of you. Beautiful amethyst crystal that I've brought with me today. I've got a lovely rose quartz here as well. Right, so with that I will pull some cards and we'll see what else would like to come. Okay, this is the Healing Waters Oracle, Rebecca Campbell. Spirit, please could you guide us and give us loud, clear messages of guidance that will help us most at this time. Okay, the Well Maidens. We've had this card a lot actually. Kindness, respect, reverence and compassion. And we have this card, look at the mirror, or the mirror of the water with Glastonbury Tor in it, in the middle, like fairy portals, sacred sites, water. Where are you being drawn to? Can you use the water like a magnifying glass to shine the light through, and you get that prism, don't you? The prism of the light splitting into rays, and we are rays, and it's like when we align all of our chakras and we align all of our qualities, we can become one ray of light back to one. All things in truth are in vibration. We are all moving, either ascending towards the light or moving in the opposite direction, but either way all things come back. So we have plunge, don't hold back, it's time, go for it and dive in. Beautiful card with the water. Plunge, where are you being called to dive in? This may occur around summer solstice or midsummer. To plunge into these beautiful, clear, new waters. Being called into the new, and doing this shadow work is the clearing out of the old before this clear waters. Yeah, moving into clear water. I've had friends telling me that they're visiting waterfalls. I nearly said rainbow falls, that's funny. Waterfalls, the sea, clear vision, confirmation, right timing, opportunity. Yeah, so the right timing. So where are you being called to dive into your new timing, your new opportunities? Immerse yourself in training, learning new hobbies and passions. Immerse yourself. Okay, so the message really is now, within the next 3 to 7 days, do shine your light as brightly as you can and reflect it into any areas of shadow before you take the final step and plunge into the new clear water following the summer solstice and the midsummer. So most of my readings are timeless. If you find this reading at a time that is not midsummer, take the message as within the next 3 to 7 days for you from when you see this. For those of you watching in real time, we're in June 25 and summer solstice and midsummer is this coming week. And I'm feeling called actually to look to... It's funny because I very rarely ever read you actually. Oh, okay, that's why. It's because the card on the bottom, metamorphosis. Okay. So embracing transformation, things are now different. Okay, so this is why. And I will read you the full description of this card. What they're showing me is that by bringing light into shadow aspects, we have, black light, that it's transmutation, that in shining the light into the shadows, we transform it, we work with it, we metamorphosize, like the butterfly emerging. And this time of summer solstice and the midsummer will be this emergence. Okay, and I'm going to read you the description from this card. So metamorphosis, let me just find that. Where are we? Metamorphosis. Embrace transformation. Things are different now. Water, more than any other element, is very used to change. Like lobsters which must shed their shells in order to grow when the conditions call for it, water transforms itself from liquid to solid, ice, and to gas, clouds, mist, vapor. Yeah, and in the same way, they're sort of saying that when we bring the light into the shadow, it will effectively burn off like evaporation. And whilst it may appear that the way we humans change is a little bit more subtle and slow than that, as ever-changing beings living in an ever-changing world, we're constantly transforming too. Every moment of every single day is an opportunity to embrace or resist change. When we embrace change, we embrace the intelligence of life. When we resist change, we resist the intelligence of life. That's funny, and we're just talking about people. We're all in a constant state of movement, flow and vibration, moving upwards towards our highest evolution, or fighting it, moving the other way. In truth, in spiritual truth, all things are one. Either way, whether we're going up or down, eventually all things are going to go back to source, back to one. In Egyptian mythology, we are shown, aren't we, like the different progression and stages through the heavens, or the Chuat, but we are also shown that really heavy, dense energies are symbolically eaten or destroyed by the crocodile. You know, when the heart and the feather are weighed in the Hall of Mat, the heaviest, densest, dark energies that cannot be transmuted or will not be transmuted are recycled back to universal source and oneness. So in spiritual truth, we are all one, but in this existence on this earth, we are living in duality, and we want to be moving towards our light, towards our ascension, and I know that so many of you are actively on that journey. and we're walking each other home. Sorry about the noise of the cars. I didn't realise cars could turn around here. Anyway, we are walking each other home. We're all in this together, helping each other. And you know, our job really is to align our vibration so that we can carry the most light that we can carry. And the only way that we can do that is when we actively do our shadow work. You know, there's a lot of, always be positive, always this, always that, but actually there's a bit of spiritual bypassing there, and we need to be doing our shadow work, our inner work as well, in order to heal those things. You know, it's that healer, heal thyself. And I think that there's quite a powerful message, specifically that this message is to go out to those of you that are healers or healing in some way, that we have to work on healing ourselves, because very shortly, probably soon after this summer solstice and within the next 3 to 7 days, we will be called upon to be helping, guiding, healing others. And we cannot do that if we haven't done our own inner work, and we should not be doing that if we have not restored ourselves. Okay, sorry, I digress anyway. Yeah, so when we resist change, we resist the intelligence of life. Often it's in the growth phase that we feel most uncomfortable. When we've outgrown our skin or our shell or our old way of being, it requires great courage to release what was for the chance to begin again. This is what it means to transform, and what this card is all about. It's time to embrace what's changing around and within you, and to see it as an opportunity for great transformation and growth. Yeah, beautiful, beautiful. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, I'm going to pull some tarot cards. Where are they? Hiding. Yeah. So the last message I had through was all around rainbows and rainbow tribe, and my understanding was that my understanding of the rainbow tribe is that that is all of us from all walks and pathways and indigenous and non-indigenous cultures that are healing and healers in some way, aligning our chakras, our innocence, innocence, I was going to say our inner sense of wholeness and completeness, and working on our light, which includes, of course, looking at our shadow. That is like an activation time, that one person lighting up awakens other people that light up around, you know, and we can gravitate, we can feel, can't we, who we want to spend time with and who we feel that we want to pull away from. And we just really need to tune into that and be compassionate and loving with those that we maybe don't need to spend so much time with right now. Still be kind and loving. Can we do that in a loving way? And can we align ourselves and spend time with the people, places, things, pets, nature, all the things that align us and help us to stay in a high vibration, help us to stay in a place of good energy, and with our light, because that's when we are of most service, actually, to ourselves and to the world. Spirit, can I have some messages, please, Spirit? Some clear guidance. Okay. The Magician. You have what it takes to make things happen. This card's about turning your ideas into reality by using your skills, resources and focus. It's a reminder that success is in the details and in the work you put in. Okay, yeah, so our job is to show up. That's my understanding with Spirit, and that's very much my understanding doing these readings. You know, my job is to show up when they call me to a place. I'll show up, I'll give the message, and the rest is in Spirit's hands. You know, I trust these go where they need to go. They'll go out in, you know, either in this moment or over time. That is in Spirit's hands. You know, let go and let God. That the Magician, that transformation. Temperance, balance and patience are key. This card's about staying calm, being patient, finding the middle ground. When you approach things with moderation, everything will begin to align naturally. Here's the Temperance card. Look, with the water, pouring the water And there's a real call to water and to working with water. A lot of water messages coming through. If you're feeling called to the water and to working with the water, bless the water that you're drinking, you know. Pray over it, sing to it, sing to the land, to the water. Be balanced in our internal water, in our internal energies and our internal world, and strength, this lion energy. True strength is about patience, compassion and resilience. This card reminds you courage doesn't mean forcing things. It's about staying calm and grounded and facing challenges with grace. Where can we find grace? Where is strength requiring us to find grace? To handle whatever challenges we can with as much grace and strength and calmness as we can. Embracing that Leo, lion energy. And it's about becoming the lion. And I don't mean in the sense of, because sometimes Leo can be associated with ego, but divine ego is almost like, sorry Spirit, slow down, a bit like a breaking down of the lower forces of the ego and a rebuilding of the ego from a place of your essence. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, I'm going to put those to one side. It's funny because I know I used Rebecca Campbell's Healing Waters Oracle a moment ago, but I also have brought with me her Rose Oracle, and I feel called to pull a card from here as well. Okay, Spirit, what do we need to know right now that will help us, guide us for our highest good? For this one? No, not this one. The wild rose, do it your way, embrace your uniqueness, untamed. Yeah, no, we were just talking about that lion energy, and I wondered whether it was to do with taming the ego, but no, it's not to do with taming the ego. Real strength is gentle, but untamed. It's the divine ego, it's becoming the lion. Untamed energy. Wildness, freeness, true alignment with our spirit, not self-censoring, not self-editing, not self-restrictive, not self-bound, but free. Is to do with freedom and wildness, becoming your wild, authentic nature, because we are part of nature. We are part of this planet. You know, we don't ask the birds not to sing. We shouldn't ask ourselves not to speak. We don't ask the birds not to fly. We shouldn't ask ourselves not to soar. We don't ask the sun not to shine. We shouldn't ask ourselves not to shine. Where can you embrace this wild rose and embrace your true nature, true strength? Thank you, Spirit. Sorry about all the background noise here. This really was the quietest spot I could find. It's quite a busy place, but I also love that it's quite a busy place, that this ancient, beautiful place, nestled in the hills and surrounded by the trees, still draws people for spiritual reasons, for leisure reasons, for all sorts of reasons to it. You know, these sacred spaces and places, they've got good medicine in them. Okay, let's get a moonology. Huh. Thank you, Spirit. The end of a tough cycle approaches. This says full moon in Capricorn. Now, it's not Capricorn, but Capricorn is sometimes associated with the Devil card in the tarot And I love Capricorns, by the way, just putting that out there. But sometimes it's associated with that energy, which is like lower frequency, denser energy, heavier things. So this is a confirmation for those of you going through challenging times. Yeah, clearing out the old, working through the end, doing that as shadow work, but towards the summer solstice and the midsummer, a confirmation for those of you that need to hear that confirmation. The end of the end of a tough cycle approaches. Yeah, it's coming. So for some of you that will be 3 days, some will be 3 weeks, some will be 3 moons. But whatever the difficult, tough thing is that's happening right now, that is drawing to an end for you. And following this summer solstice in 3 days, or midsummer, things will begin to lighten up, and your capacity to carry the light into the situation will increase. Okay. Things will lighten up, which isn't to say that there won't still be work to do or finishing touches to things, but the new will begin and things will feel lighter. Okay, thank you, Spirit. Okay. I've put the Diana Cooper Unicorn cards. Queen of the Unicorns, you are blessed with love, compassion and wisdom. You are blessed with love, compassion and wisdom. Yeah, where can you find that for yourself? I'm speaking to a collective of people who are always loving, compassionate, kind to other people. Can you please find that for yourself as well? Look at her sheltered by the unicorn wings. It's like a Pegasus unicorn with the beautiful wings, yeah? Very high frequency, divine white light. She's sheltered. Queen of the Unicorns. Archangel Michael coming out. Use the sword of truth to help the world. Yeah, so the sword of truth, the swords representing voice, representing minds. So our thoughts and our words. Where can your thoughts and your words help? Help the world. And again, start with yourself. Where do you need to work on your own thoughts, on your own words, internally and externally? Do that work this week. Very soon after, you're going to be called upon that to do that for other people. You are being called. Those of you that are receiving this message, these readings, I trust that they found you because you are a healer. A strong healer. Wisdom. Oh my goodness, and look at the image on this card. Act with wisdom and people will respect you. Yeah, the shaman, the medicine man. The one bringing the messages to others. This message is for the healers. To finish doing your inner work. Not that we ever finish, but really, really clear your shadows, purge, do whatever you need to do in the next 3 to 7 days, because you're going to be busy. New opportunities, new things, wonderful new things, but you are going to be busy. Okay, thank you, Spirit. Okay. I'll put those to one side. I'd like to see what animal spirits are journeying with us at this time. I know that I've been having a lot of crows, a lot of ravens, and there's a lot to do with crows and ravens and transmutation of energy, carrying the energy and the souls over, and also guiding other ones in. I've been seeing wolves, lots of wolves, and dolphins. Actually, I haven't seen the dolphins, my sister's seen the dolphins, but I keep getting dolphin symbology coming through to me. Lots of ocean colours, lots of images of dolphins and horses. So that's what I've been seeing a lot, but I'd be curious to see what cards come through to us today. Spirit, what animals would like to come through? Penguin, authentic, reach out to your tribe in times of need. Family gives you strength when you face the storm. Love your uniqueness. You are full of surprises. Break free from others' expectations. Just be yourself. And again, coming back to yourself, you know, align with your soul tribe. They don't need you or want you to be anything other than you are. They welcome you speaking your truth. They enjoy, you know, your sense of humor, your laughter, your light. You don't need to dim yourself to fit in with your soul tribe. Squirrel, always prepared. You are the expert of hard work and hard play. Your cheerful and fun disposition is a blessing to everyone. Don't let life's distractions take you off course. Make a plan for the future and life will give you all you need. Okay, so for those of us that do like to, you know, have fun, go out dancing, go out partying, playing, whatever, that's good, do that, but also remember to do the essential things too. And I feel like I'm talking to quite a responsible collective. I don't feel like I'm talking to anybody completely out there, but like balance, temperance energy, and we had that temperance card through. So yeah, so and the message as well was around, wasn't it, like doing our inner work and our shadow. It's kind of like doing our sensible jobs before the light, before it gets lighter and easier, following the solstice and the midsummer, and then that's when we go out and play. That's when we go out and have a party. All right, so just always being prepared. Prepare yourself. Prepare yourself. This is part of our inner preparation. Polar bear, mystic. That's lovely. I haven't had this card come out before. Know that challenges make you stronger, and some of you may well have been going through challenging, difficult times recently. Have faith when you face adversity. Take time to rest, dream and renew your strength, and they do want you to be resting and renewing your strength at this time, because a busy time is going to follow and you really need to have rested and renewed your strength. Embrace your psychic abilities. You carry the shaman within. Yeah, and we just had that card, didn't we, with the images of the shamans. This message really is for the shamans and the healers, the medicine women, the medicine men, those of you that are Rainbow Tribe, those of you that are healers, that are old souls bringing medicine for other people. Do your inner work now, because you are going to be needed. You are needed. We're all needed, and we're in it, you know. Thank goodness we've all got each other, eh? Thank goodness we've all got each other. Oh, right. Goodness, it's quite noisy here. Not that far from the road, and it's such a shame. I really wanted to be able to put the Abbey and the river behind me, because the Abbey's just there and the river is literally just there behind me. But this was the best spot that I could find. It's very pretty here. It's just beautiful. And an angel card. Oh, again, we just had this 444 soulmate connection. Call in your soul tribe. Call in your soulmates. Be open to meeting someone who resonates with your soul and brings deep love and understanding into your life. Call your soul tribe in. Surround yourself with your soul family. And also fours can be stability, balance, security. You know, where do we need to attend to our own stability, our own balance, our own security? Rest in that. And it's funny that they're saying rest in that, because the Four of Swords imagery is about resting and recovering. They want us to rest, to replenish, to build up our own energy and our own internal light as much as we can. Do the looking in the shadows and the shining the bright light. It's like carrying the lantern through the dark. It's like that thing, if it's dark, switch the light on. Yeah, bringing it in. Yeah, black light. It's also, you know, it's going to ascend then into the rainbows, and then we can work up through our chakras. So, you know, working up through the chakras, and the body has many chakras, not just the 7 that we have 7 main energy centers, but actually the body has many chakras. You know, look at Ayurvedic or Chinese medicine, look at other, you know, other healing modalities. There are many energy centers and chakras in the body, minor ones and major ones. You know, things like the thymus chakra, the well of dreams here, you know, that makes the triangle within the mind that opens and accesses. Read about those things, work on those things, align your energy. Yeah, for in whatever way works for you, whether that's yin yoga, walking up mountains, swimming, singing, chanting, dancing, painting, meditating, whatever your thing is. It doesn't matter what your thing is, it matters that you're doing it. Our job, my understanding is our job is to show up. So this is me showing up. Brightest blessings. I hope that you're having a beautiful day, and much love to you.
In the light when the rain falls down on you, another dawn is coming, something new. Breathe in the light when the stars pour down on you, for the visions you are seeking seek you too. For the visions you are seeking seek you too. For the visions you are seeking seek you too.